A blessed June 20th, which is also Father's Day, my Messiah friends. Today we celebrate and remember our fathers, mentors in the faith, and mostly we thank our Heavenly Father who is always present with us. Our children are taking a look at that today about how our Heavenly Father, how God provides, how He provided for the Israelites by parting the Red Sea, by guiding them in the wilderness, by a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire at night. How awesome the God we serve is. We also see that we've been talking about ordinary sinners, and so we see a father in the faith, a patriarch in the faith. We see Moses, a leader, somebody that led God's people through difficult times, led them out of slavery and away from Pharaoh, had to deal with them when they broke God's commandments, when they worshiped false gods, and when they had to wander in the desert. We say, oh, Moses had a lot of patience. He was a man of very strong faith, even while all the other Israelites were sinning. And while that's true, we see today in our passage in Numbers that Moses wasn't perfect either. He had moments of frustration. He had moments of anger. He had moments where he was an ordinary sinner. And our Numbers passage takes a look at that. Moses wasn't able to enter the promised land either because of his sin. But we also see God's faithfulness. We see God, how he continues to be present with his people, even though they mess up, even though they doubt him, even though they sin over and over and over again. How he gives his people love and second chances, how he's with them, and how he uses ordinary sinners like Moses to do amazing things and to accomplish his will. So our children are taking a look at Genesis and kind of the start of the Israelite story and God's presence. Our teens are looking at a variety of the patriarchs and their ordinariness and their sin, from Isaac and Rebekah and Jacob and Joseph, and just seeing those big mistakes and ordinary sinners in God's plan and presence through it all. And as our whole congregation is looking at Numbers today and looking at the story of Moses and where he sinned and fell short, we're reminded that God still used Moses in a mighty way. Behind me, you see our crosses, and that is a reminder, too, that Moses, because of God's goodness, was able to place a bronze snake on a post, and that's supposed to remind us of the cross, that Jesus comes for ordinary sinners to bring love and forgiveness and healing, and that because of that, he can continue to use ordinary sinners like you, like me, like our fathers and grandfathers and mentors in the faith who, though good, might not be perfect, that God still uses them in a powerful way. And so I would encourage you to take a look at that today, to do some fun different activities and have some of a good discussion with our discussion questions until we can gather again for another sinner next week. Bye, my friends.